Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is the Cryptonian and I'm taking a look at Bitcoin and just a general overview of the market. Currently Bitcoin is at 28,400 on this Monday. We can see here that the entire market is actually going up over the last 24-hour period. I mean, not every coin, of course, but in general, we can see the market is up. There are a few exceptions. The Leo token is down last 24-hour period, but we can see that the general trend here is up. Last 24 hours, Bitcoin is up almost 5% and still squeezing higher. And Ethereum is up 1.2%, BNB 1.8%. Solana moving really big, 8%. You can see that the market is favoring Solana at this time, and Tron up 2.7%. The Litecoin is up 3%, and Bitcoin Cash up 8%. Wow. So, you can see that the market is generally pushing higher here, or should I say grinding higher, because Bitcoin is really grinding higher. So, what's going on? Well, I think probably what is happening is interest is rising because the anticipation of the ETF, the BlackRock ETF approval. And we can see this in like a classic way. When we take a look at the Grayscale GBTC discount, it's falling to 16%. This is showing that there's a demand for this, and there's investing taking advantage of this, right? So this is good news. This is showing that the sentiment is strong for Bitcoin and also by default for crypto in general. And although that we did have some negative sentiment around the Israel and Hamas war, and of course war does affect all markets, we can see that it didn't last. And this is why I said we need to wait and be patient to see how the market digests this information with Israel and Hamas. So also it's important to note that on a global level, other countries are embracing crypto. Excuse me, or should I say digital currencies, not necessarily crypto on a government scale. They have their CBDCs, but this is actually good for crypto, and I'll tell you why. When CBDCs become accepted by the masses, the idea of crypto and digital assets will as well. So although there are some negative sentiments around CBDCs, this is actually helping with awareness for crypto. And when people see the, I don't know, maybe the drawbacks or the limitations or the cons of CBDCs, they will probably be looking at other areas in the crypto space, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. So I think things are looking up. Things are looking up. Now, taking a look at this price action here for Bitcoin, there's something very interesting going on here. We can see here, down here, we had the, let me move this over, and let me go ahead and get my marker out. There we go. You can see we had a crossover on the daily. This is showing a lot of strength. We did have early signals on the 4-hour. The 4-hour showing a lot of strength as well. And that led into a crossover of the daily on the stochastic RSI. And then we had this huge pop here. Now, this is very significant, and I'll tell you why. Now, remember back here, we had a pop, and let me go ahead and let me make this larger so you can see. Let's do this and this real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. We had a big pop here in price action. A long wick was left on the top edge here. Okay, there, and this is showing that bears are getting liquidated, and we had another one here, right? a lot of buying in this area. We can see here back at this time we had a rejection, but that actually liquidated some bears and allowed the price to move higher. So these sharp thrusts to the upside are very significant. You can see back here, here's a large thrust to the upside, and that hurt the bears and that liquidated accounts. And so right after that, what did you see? Well, you saw the price march back up again, had a pullback, and marched right back up again. So we are constantly pushing higher with higher lows lately. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that it will always be that way. I mean, prices don't just go up in a straight line. But like I said, that there was a possibility of moving higher if we held this. And I've said in previous videos that we would come back here, and if we held this, this would be a higher low. I was skeptical at the time. I thought we were really going to come down and test the 25. I thought we were going to come down here, sweep this, and make a double bottom out of it, but that's not what happened, and this is showing that it's very bullish. So what I'm seeing recently here is this wick, and this wick is important because this shows that a lot of bears got liquidated and pushed out of their positions. You can see the volume candlestick down here, or the volume bar, the volume bar down here, showing that there was a lot of liquidations in this area. Well, whenever the price pushes up like that, liquidates a lot of bears, that clears room, that clears real estate on the chart for then the price to march higher like so. Okay? And that's what we see constantly with Bitcoin. It has a sharp move higher, and that clears the way for the price to move higher, right? And then we had another sharp move here, and then it cleared the way to move here, and now we're having another sharp move to the upside. So you see that there's these pushes to the upside, fast, abrupt pushes to the upside with liquidations, and then that clears the way of the price, or for the price to move higher. And you can see it's already doing that. See this next candle? It's already squeezing higher. So at this point, are we going to make it through this area? This area is significant, and I'll tell you why. Because on the daily, this is that golden pocket that I've talked about in the past. And this is going to be the area where a lot of the bears start to short, and a lot of bears come in and start shorting and putting excess supply on the market. Remember, when there's excess supply greater than demand, the price falls. And so that's what they're trying to do. Now, I think, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think what's going to happen is, because we've seen a lot of liquidations here, okay, I think we're going to go to at least probably 30,000 here. I think we're going to come right back up here to 30,000, and that is going to be very, very bullish. Now, whether we do that, immediately, or whether we do that over, a week or two, doesn't really matter. I think, again, what's going to happen is we're going to be hitting that 30K price point, because we've seen this movie before. We've seen how the price will stab higher and push the bears out of their positions, and then that gives clearance for the price to gradually grind higher. And so I'd like to see some type of a pullback here. Not sure if we're going to get it. Right now we are overheated and overextended. You see these red dots here. This means that the RSI is maxed out, showing a lot of strength, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that have purchased here that could sell and drop the price if we get rejected here. So normally you want to be buying down here. You want to be selling up here. And so let's see if there's a lot of selling that takes place. Again, I think we're probably most likely statistically going to end up at 30K, 30,000. And I think that's really what to expect here at this price point. So that being said, this is really good news for the crypto holders. If you're in altcoins, um, you're probably not making as much gains as Bitcoin right now. But remember, there's a rotation. As Bitcoin cools off, you're going to see the rotation into altcoins, and then altcoins are probably going to push higher. So taking a look at Bitcoin on the 2 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour here. Yep, RSI is 83. So this is not advice, but you probably do not want to be buying here. You want to be buying these areas when the cloud is red. This is your entry point, right? When the cloud is red, you want to be buying that when it's a higher low. And so we did have the early B1 signal. B1 signal is a reversal signal, and then we had a confirmation B2 signal as we pushed up into that area. And you can see here on the 4 hour, we're in the golden pocket for the bears. So typically this is an area where a lot of short selling and bear activity and profit taking takes place. So just not a good place to be buying in right now. But that being said, if we have some type of sideways consolidation here like so, we will then most likely attack that area of 28.5 up to 29 to 30, in my opinion. So could we go higher? I do believe so. I do believe that we will be going higher. I've seen this story so much with Bitcoin that it's becoming a pretty recognizable pattern where I do believe that that area will be filled with with candlesticks, price action moving and grinding higher into this area where we have that wick. Okay. So we're in expansion. Expansion is where the strength is, and we're still in expansion. We do not have a reversal signal yet, so this move is still underway. We could be moving higher, although I just would not be entering here. Now, if Bitcoin starts to consolidate here, like so, this is going to be very bullish. And then I'm expecting the altcoins to then, when Bitcoin is going sideways and consolidating for the next push higher, that's when I think the altcoins are going to catch up. Okay, Bitcoin now up 5% for the day. That's really big for Bitcoin and recently, right? Also, we do have BAT, basic attention token. You can see, look at BAT. BAT putting in 5% as well. BAT over the last few days over the last week really has been really doing well. And I've said in previous videos, I've said this over and over and over, that whenever Bitcoin moves higher, after that, then the altcoins catch up. And it's this play to the 200 moving average. And we can see this here. We had this support here, double bottom, and then we moved right up to the 200 moving average. We held that, and now we even moved higher here. So I would not buy BAT. I would not chase any of these coins that are putting in big moves. It's just not smart. This type of action right now is sideways consolidation. You can see the sideways consolidation coming in. Eventually, it will hold the 200 moving average. And when that happens, and that's when we're going to start seeing a move higher in all of these projects. So there you have it, friends. I don't want to make a real long video. I just wanted to let you know that this is very bullish for Bitcoin, and I do expect Bitcoin to be at 30K, maybe even 31K, not long from now. Okay, and so I think the big play is in the altcoins. I think that some of them that move with Bitcoin will do well, like Aave. However, we do see the Bitcoin dominance right now is very high. Bitcoin dominance is very high. You can see that the Bitcoin dominance is being maxed out here. And so as the Bitcoin dominance comes down, as Bitcoin um, consolidates sideways, and remember, when Bitcoin gets boring, I think the dominance will have a correction. And what you're going to see is you're going to see these altcoins start to pop, right? That's what I think you're going to see. And when we take a look at Aave, we can see Aave is really ready to go. I'm expecting Aave to be back up between 70 and $72 not long from now if Bitcoin does hang on to its strength and its price point. I think that the area of interest for Bitcoin is going to be that 27,500. We need to hang on to this on some type of a pullback. A pullback is when we have a red cloud. And so when Bitcoin pulls back and we have that red cloud, we need to stay above that 27,500. I think we will. I think this is good, a good sign for Bitcoin, showing that Bitcoin is having some strength right now. And again, look at all of this volume. I think a lot of that is a lot of the bears being liquidated, but still, this is strength in Bitcoin. So this gives me a outlook that is positive for the end of October, and also it's positive for Q4 of this year, which is these last couple of months for 2023 moving into 2024. So remember, I said in previous videos that this is the time to be getting into your projects and positions before next year, because it's going to be hard to buy when prices are constantly going up, right? So that being said, I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a good week, and I'm excited. This is a good sign. All of this shows that Bitcoin does have some strength in it, and with the SEC, the SEC said that they're not going to appeal, or should I say they did not appeal the XRP. I think it was the XRP decision. So this is giving this is a good sign for crypto. This is giving crypto validity, and they had a deadline if they want to appeal, and that deadline has come and gone. So I think what we're going to see here now is momentum in crypto starting to move higher. I think the sentiment's slowly going to change, and yeah, congratulations to everyone who is in crypto right now. I think that the majority of people are on the sidelines, and so I think if you're here now, you're early, and this is good news. We can see here that Bitcoin is not giving up to push higher, and eventually I do think that we will hit this $30,000 or $31,000 level for Bitcoin, and maybe even higher. So if this is the case, this is going to be very bullish, and we should have a very good next year, 2024 and 2025. So if you have a smaller account, or if you don't have a lot of money, dollar cost averaging is the strategy for you. Okay, again, not financial advice. It's just smart. Even large institutions dollar cost average, and that way you avoid the volatility, you avoid the decision of trying to analyze and catch the bottom, and it's just really the way to go. Over time, your dollar cost averaging guarantees you a good price, right? So you take the trading and the strategy out of it, especially if you're new, and just accumulate, and over the next couple of years we'll see the next top, and then that's when you sell. So thank you, friends, for watching. I appreciate your time. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already subscribed, and yeah, we will keep in touch. I'll be making additional videos. Again, I haven't made I didn't make a video this last weekend because I was very busy, but um, I will be making additional videos with altcoins and price action and a little bit of the news here or there. So thank you, friends. We will see you next time.